Assalamu alaikum. Finally, after so long, I'm uploading part 2 of my first gym review. I did chest and back, and now it's the leg workout review. It took ages. It took 3 months because I initially lost the file. It got corrupted. Then I found the file, and I thought, why not just re-record the video of me explaining what I did and going over my flaws. But as I was watching myself, I realized I found what I said very interesting, but it was really slow and it was really boring because I hadn't had much experience articulating myself well enough to put myself on camera. So it was kind of boring. So I sped up some of it, edited it a bit. But here you go. Here's the same video again, finally after 3 months. So, Bismillah, I'm back now. My first exercise was seated hamstring curls. It was around 15 reps per set, 3 sets. I started off with a warm-up set, obviously. I used the sus machine, for my adductors, because there was a brother on this, and while he had like 2 sets left, I didn't mind doing some adductor exercises just to warm up my adductors, and my glutes, but really light. It was just like about 15 reps each. Did the opening and the closing legs. I did both. I also did some stretches for my hamstrings. Did a few bodyweight squats, and then I came onto this exercise. So this is my first working set. That was 66 kilos, and yep, I'm focusing a lot on the eccentric coming up, and I could have focused on it better. This is the first time I hit 66 for this many reps anyway. For this, I was always training high reps for this anyway, so I didn't have to change my training style. I'm just increasing strength in it. And yes, I actually lean forward for hamstrings. For leg extensions, I lean back. For hamstrings, I lean forward. It allows me to have more leverage and exude as much force as I possibly can in the exercise. This was relatively easier, so should have slowed down while it was coming up. And remember this, right? You can change the position of the legs and the positioning on your quads where it's placed. This allows you to either get a higher stretch or a more comfortable angle of where it rests, because sometimes it hurts your calves, sometimes it can hurt your Achilles. It does hurt when you're putting that much pressure and pushing down. So place it in a position that's more comfortable for you. But I'm just burning out till failure, and yeah, you can tell I basically nearly died on that set. Now, I always hit hamstring first, always, because it's something that something that doesn't fatigue your lower body as much, and you can recover from much easier, and you can always hit your heavy squats and leg press afterwards. Because if you're doing squats first, you are just going to be too tired to hit. Even if it's for high reps, you're going to be too tired to hit hamstrings, leg extensions, whatever. You could probably hit leg extensions, but you're going to be so tired to hit hamstring curls. You just cannot be asked. It's very fatiguing of an exercise, so I hit my hamstrings first. My next exercise was leg press. So this is a warm-up, basically 25 each side. I don't really need a warm-up. I'm warmed up enough. But what you kind of need sometimes is what I like to call a feel set, just to feel the movement. This was light enough, so I ended up doing it single leg as well. And remember this, you want to put your feet on a place where it's comfortable. You find this video saying place your feet at the top, in the middle. If you put it lower, it hits this muscle more. No, because everyone's a different height. Everyone has different length of legs, and some people's torsos are bigger than torsos are really long and really wide. Some people's hip positionings are really wide. It really depends on you. But the lower you do place your feet, the more quad emphasis you can get, simply because your butt will stay placed onto the machine. And later you might see me actually raise my legs higher just to see how it feels, but your butt raises, and that you're just going to hit a lot more glutes and lower back. What you want to hit, obviously, is your is your quads. You want to hit glutes fine, but I want to hit my quads. So I'm going to put it lower. The only problem is, right, and here's my second set, you want to get as much of this a better angle as well. No, sorry, this is my first set. It's 75 kilos each side, so 150 kilos in total. I want to hit 10 reps. So what happens is you want to get deep stretch. See, I'm not going deep enough. Looking back now, I thought it was. You want to get all the way to the bottom. Yeah. And the C is adjustable, so the more you lean back you are, the more deeper I can hit. Yep. But what you want to do is have weightlifting shoes, because that will elevate your heels. When it elevates your heels, it's easier to go deeper because your heels will not come off the pad. You do not want your heel to come off the pad. So how deep should you go? As deep as you possibly can until your heels start to come off the pad. You can't let them. So until it gets to a point where they're going to come off, that's when you stop. You've gone deep enough. Yeah. I have one more. I just need to tell my cameraman, because the thing is, I have confused him many times in many sets where he's paused there, but I'm not actually finished. Is because I take myself straight to failure and beyond. I like to rest pause, but this isn't rest pause. This is myo reps. Myo reps is a type of rest pause, but what it really means is, and I'll start my second set while we speak. Myo reps is basically when you reach multiple points of failure within a set. Okay, so now I've lowered the weight by 10 kilos each side. So that's about what, 65 kilograms each side. Yeah. So with myo reps, you can reach failure multiple times in a set, which is awesome, and it's an amazing way to stimulate growth in your muscle. I do this so often now. It's amazing, and I've never felt a pump like this, and it allows me to gain more reps. Now, the idea of, hey, oh yeah, remember in this exercise, don't lock out. It's always a risk. I'm not completely locked out. Even if it looks like, yeah, my knees are, they're not. There's a slight bend still to it. So never lock out on this exercise. And I think I ended up actually getting 15 reps. Yeah, I really pushed myself to an extreme. Okay, this should be the last set. Yeah, the brother behind was just waiting for the machine, the nice guy. This is 55 kilos each side now. Yep, this one was much deeper. Every rep was almost right. Until, yeah, basically, yep, the weight would stop. So I went all the way to the bottom. So that ended up becoming a pause. What I will do now is I'm going to go to 15 reps now. For my future exercises, lower the weight and pause. I'm going to have slow eccentric. Pause at the bottom for a second, explode up. And I'm doing that until 15 reps. I can't do that with 75 kilos for every rep, every 75 kilos each side for every set, I know. So it's probably going to be 55 each side and the same weight for 3 sets. Maybe 60 each side, same weight for 3 sets, and myo rep the heck out of it. Yeah, so I wasn't actually done. Thought I was done. I was like, nope, one more. And I only rested 4 seconds, that's it. Oh, no, way more than one more left in me. Then it was so good because I was out of it. I was going to do single leg squats. Nope, I nearly passed out while trying to do it. I just fell off. So basically for 5-7 minutes, me and my friend were just walking around, just talking about life. We just sat down for a while because we were dead. This is leg extensions. I stuck to 45 kilos for 3 sets for 15 reps. I just didn't stop. I kept the same weight and I said I'm just going to myo rep it till I get 15 reps each set. Even if I reach failure, I'll pause for a second or 2 and just go again. Basically, when I say second or 2, that's not right. I pause until that burning sensation leaves. That's when I know I'm ready for the next set. Once that feeling is gone of the lactic acid that builds up, I'm jump straight into my next set. So exploding up. And the eccentric should be a bit slower, I'll be honest. I should have leaned back a bit more. Because your teardrop muscle, which is in your quads, actually works. You ever heard of sissy squats? Sissy squats hits that teardrop muscle better because that muscle actually connects to your hip bone. So Yeah, the way I lean forward there, that's actually the position you want to be when you do this exercise, because it will stretch that muscle more. But there is no leg extension machine that I found that you can lie flat. Not lie like this, lie flat. That's much better. Yep. Last set there, see I started it's weird though, it's the same weight. So I don't know why I started doing eccentrics the last set, since I would have had more energy to do it in the first set. You kind of forget halfway through because you just want to power through everything. Yep, the burn is there. And again. And again. Come on, mate. I know, I felt it. Keep going. There's one more. Oh, yeah, and I wasn't actually done. I thought I was done. I had a bit more left in me. There you go, it was one more left. And it burns. That was my leg day done. And then I was so dead. I was just burnt out. So I came home and basically made myself this. It's egg fried rice with turkey rashers. There was onions in it, bell pepper, tomato. What else did I put in it? And it was, you know why it didn't taste plain? Because not soy sauce, South Asian spice. There's turmeric. I put in turmeric, paprika, not really a South Asian spice. I put that in. Cumin powder, garlic powder, onion powder, and obviously salt. And then chili powder. And it tastes amazing. Alhamdulillah, it tastes very good. So you don't have to eat terribly. And very plain and bland food when you're on a cut. You can eat great, don't worry. As long as it fits your calories, you can almost eat anything. But you do want to eat things that are highly nutrient dense, because it'd just be easier for you to get your nutrients in, the correct amount of fats, carbs and protein, the lower calories. So nutrient dense foods are very good. Leafy greens, fantastic. They're low calorie carbs, meaning that you can eat more of it and still take in less calories. So you can eat loads and loads of vegetables, but you can't eat that much chocolate because it's too much calories. But you can stuff your mouth with chocolate, but the calories are high. With for the same amount of, say, kale or spinach, is much fewer in calories compared to one bar of Snickers. But you can overdose on Snickers. But you can't really overdose on spinach or kale because you'll never meet the same amount of calories. So you can fill your stomach with that. This should give you an idea that it's difficult. You will make mistakes, even if you've been training for years, especially when you're annoyed and you're frustrated and you're hungry. This is kind of what I want to show you is a realistic body recomposition time. Because look, I changed my mind. I was going to be on a basically main gain all the way until January. The only reason I'm going to cut is I'm going Umrah, so I'm going to be off for 10 days, and I know I'm going to put on all the weight again, even if I don't eat. It just comes back because I'm not training for 10 days. I mean, I'm going to do some bodyweight training, but I want to focus on Umrah. And then I'm going to come back, and then January is exam time. For the entire month, I know, as much as I try, I'm not going to be hitting the gym like that. I've been through this 3 times now. I've done these exams, actually, maybe like 6 times. There's exams in May and exams in January. And it's so long. And it's very time consuming. So I know what's going to happen. So I'd rather cut now and then just bulk up again somewhere mid-January and then go back to it. But again, I'm probably going to change my mind again. When I come back from Umrah, I'm probably going to be on a main gain. And I think that's the best course of action, but I might change my mind. So it's a long process. You're going to make mistakes along the way, even if you've trained for years. So don't think that just because you're new, you need to know absolutely everything. You are still learning and growing. I'm telling you, I've made so many mistakes. I'm still making mistakes, and I've just improved and changed them now. After I've basically been training since I was 12, consistently, inconsistently, training very well, progressively since I was in first year of college. Then came lockdown, which for a year I screwed myself up so much. Then I came back and hit hard for the last 2 years, very well, made some of the best strength gains and body recomposition of my life. However, then exams came. 2 months was all it took for me to lose so much strength, to gain back all the fat. Abs disappeared. They're there if I tense super hard in amazing lighting, or they were gone. That six-pack disappeared. And it happens. And now I'm going to gain it back, but you get to see me gain it back together. Okay? And I hope some of the guidance you find is beneficial to you. May Allah make this prosperous Allah cover my sins and my faults from you, and then only show you what is beneficial. May Allah let this be a means for me to have my sins forgiven, for any guidance that I might give to you in Islam from His mercy. Ameen. So, Assalamu alaikum.